Hey guys, Scones Football here, back with another week of Premier League score predictions, as it's game week 3, the third game week of the Premier League season of the 2020 to 21 campaign. Hopefully Wolves can retain 7th place again this season. And obviously the fans can't return back to the stadium, etc., which is disappointing. But honestly here, saving lives and controlling the virus is more important at the moment, to be honest. So right, guys, I don't think we want to talk about that too much, so let's just get straight into Premier League score predictions, right, onto the first game. The first game is Brighton Hove Albion versus Manchester United. Well, Brighton got a big win last week against 3-0 against Newcastle. Man United suffered opening day defeat to Crystal Palace 3-1. And Man United faces humiliation to Crystal Palace and against Wilfried Zaha, who used to play for Manchester United. But that was technically Man United's second game of the season, but it was their first because they didn't play the first game of the season due to that 30-day layoff of being in Europe for quite a long time. This game, I think Brighton are a very decent team, but Man United. It's only the first game of the season for them, but they should be starting off for a really good win and should be doing a good win and doing a lot better. But this game, I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to say Brighton 1, Manchester United 1. So right, on to the next game, which is Crystal Palace versus Everton. Both teams have started off with a 100% record with 2 wins in 2. Crystal Palace went up 7 games. Lost 7 in a row in the final in the 2019-20 season, in the end of the season. And Everton, Carlo just needs time to sort the squad out and stuff. I thought Palace would finish 16th this season, be down to the relegation zone, but I think they'll be okay this season. As long as they don't get rid of Zaha, they'll be okay. They haven't done too much business, but they brought in Eze, they brought in Nathan Ferguson from West Brom. They haven't done too much, but it depends on how well these players from the Championship will adapt. And Everton have brought in Decore, Allen, James Rodriguez, so that's strengthened up the midfield well. And Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin are bound to bag a few for them this season. And this game, I am going to say Crystal Palace 1, Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. So right, on to the next game, which is West Brom versus Chelsea. Well, West Brom have lost 2 games in a row. When they played Everton last game, they were playing really well until they had Gibbs sent off and Billets got sent to the stands. Though he's really stupid because West Brom might still have lost, but they might not have lost badly. Because honestly, Gibbs cost them the game, and that could have been a special win for West Brom. I believe that's now 8 goals conceded in their first 2 games, and two scored. But Chelsea had the best start to the season. They won 3-1 against Brighton, but I thought Brighton were actually better than them, and they didn't do anything against Liverpool. Kepa's days are numbered after that howler. I think they brought in this goalkeeper from Lille. I forgot his name now, but I don't know what his name is though. I forgot now. Chelsea did get a thumping win, thumping win in the Carabao Cup over Barnsley as he won 6-0. So that's pretty giving them a huge confidence. And Kai Havertz got a hat trick in that game as well. So giving them a huge confidence, except West Brom did lose to Brentford in the cup. It was 2-2, then Brentford won on penalties, I think. But they really want to focus on the league though, to be honest. Staying in the league is probably their big priority this season in the Prem. So for this game, I am going to say West Brom 0, Chelsea 3. I think West Brom are going to struggle this season. I don't think Chelsea will win the title, but I think they will challenge a bit more this season, but they do need to be better though. Right, on to the next game, which is Burnley versus Southampton. of Burnley and just checking how they go on last week. Last week, and just having a quick look now how they go on. They lost their first game of the season. Technically, it's their second game of the season because they're playing Man United in their first game of the season. They were supposed to. Man United had that 30-day day off in Europe, so that's Burnley's first game of the season, and they did lose 4-2. Yeah, they did lose 3. Yeah, they lost 4-2 to. Yeah, they lost 4-2 to Leicester, but I think they just beat Millwall United and they progressed past Sheffield United, so that's really giving them a big confidence. And Southampton lost 5-2 last game. Danny Ings did bag 2 though. They had a perfect start to the season, losing the last 2 games. So I'm going to say Burnley 1, Southampton 0. Right on to the next game, which is Sheffield United versus Leicester. Sheffield United versus Leeds United. Both of the teams are 45 minutes away from each other, so I wouldn't say it's local derby, but they are pretty close to each other. Sheffield United could struggle this season. I did predict them in 9th, but they're not really a scoring team. They just haven't really brought in any other attackers, and they haven't brought in many signings really. But they have brought in some more defenders, where that's their best position last season. But I think this game is going to be a draw. I'm going to say Sheffield United 2, Leeds United 2. Right on to the next game, which is Spurs versus Newcastle United. Spurs got a big win against Southampton, and they did get a good win in the Europa League qualifier the other night against the Macedonians team. Spurs are a great team, but I think they're more a team that really take their chances when they basically come. They're not Spurs are not a good team. They're just a team that take their chances well. Newcastle, they did well against West Ham in the opening day, and I thought they were on for a good season, especially after those Saudis pulled out on them. They did get beat 3-0 by Brighton last weekend. I'm going to say, I think if one team's going to win this game, it's going to be 1-0. I'm going to say Spurs going to get it. So Spurs 1, Newcastle United 0. So right on to the next game, which is Manchester City versus Leicester City. Oh yeah, good game. Manchester City beat us last Monday 3-1 we lost 3-1 to them at home. And where Leicester, they've won the last 2 games now and lost Ben Chilwell, but they brought in that good news centre back or left back. The Aston team is supposed to be bringing in this Roma player on loan or signing him permanent. Under, I think he is called. I don't know if it's happening or not, right? But I think it is. I think it's not too sure. Man City, I think they will challenge for the title this season, but I think they'll get it this season. I'm going to say Manchester City. I'm going to say Manchester City 2, Leicester City 1. I think it will be a good game to watch out for, to be honest. So right on to the next game, which is West Ham United versus my team Wolves. Well, West Ham, their owners, just haven't put any money into their club. They brought Thomas Soucek on a permanent, really, and that's all they've done. And he sold a huge talent called Grady Diangana that they're going to regret. West Ham owners should have seen that goal that Grady scored against Everton for West Brom. Lost found a great talent there. If West Brom do go down this season, he should go back to West Ham. So on to the game. Look, the West Ham aren't going to do much this season. The only signing they got really, so they brought in this Thomas Soucek on a permanent. Forgot the team he came from. This Czech Republican side. On our side, we did lose. We brought in Nelson Semedo now from Barcelona, so that's just a good signing. So hopefully Adama don't have to play at right wing back now because he doesn't work in that position. For this game I am gonna say West Ham United 0, Wolves 2. It'll be a bit like last season. Yeah, so I think we'll beat them at West Ham 2-0. So right on to the next game, which is Fulham versus Aston Villa. I think Fulham will struggle this season. I think they will finish bottom and go back down to the Championship. They're not a very good Premier League side, but they are a very good Championship team though. And Villa, they've got quite a few cup wins together. One against, I forgot who the one was against. One was against Burton and one was against Bristol City. And he beat Sheffield United the other day on their first game of the season. But I am going to say there can be one goal in this game, and I do think it will go to Aston Villa. I'm going to say Fulham 0, Aston Villa 1. Do you think Fulham haven't got enough about them? Also Villa are starting to get some results of it, and they've actually started off quite well, to be honest. So I think there'll be only one goal in this game, and like I said, I think it'll go to Aston Villa, and I think Jack Grealish will get the winner. Jack Grealish carries them, and the only player that ever gets a winning goal for Villa gets a special moment for Aston Villa is Jack Grealish. So right on to the last game, and probably the biggest game of the game week is Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool need to stop conceding the goals like they do though. And Arsenal, they've had a fantastic start to the season. They've had a couple of good signings in this window. Maybe I think they'll just a couple of signings sort of challenging for Europe really. But I'm going to say the game can be a 5-goal thriller. I'm going to say Liverpool 3, Arsenal 2. Because since Mikel Arteta's come in, he's won the FA Community Shield and the FA Cup. Some people say that the FA Community Shield's a pre-season tournament, but I consider it as a trophy really for all the teams. I think Liverpool might win the title, but I think Man City might challenge them and Chelsea this season, but I don't think Arsenal will. But Arsenal have got quality in their team, but I think Liverpool are just slightly beyond with where they are. So 3-2 to Liverpool. So right guys, for the end of the video now. So if you did enjoy today's video, do give it a like. Also do subscribe to the channel. Also turn on your notifications every time I make a video. I will be back with later on or tomorrow with who Stafford Rangers have been drawn against in the second qualifying round of the FA Cup, and which game of recent times I've been called off. Until then guys, hope you all enjoyed. Have a good one. Bye guys.